Oh, there
Okay,
we
now
go.
we're live. We
Now
are
we're live.
live.
Yes,
All right,
good night, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Peaches and Dreams.
let's make this pubic.
Let's make this what?
No.
Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Okay. Oh, oh, you know what's crazy? Because I was literally about to ask you, did you make this public? But I'm thinking about what you just said, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, bro,
You can see that public. You don't remember
because
on
I need to go and share it. All right, there we go. I shared it. All right, all right. So what we drinking tonight? Woo, I got a little bit of everything.
Ooh, what's in there?
Literally a little bit of everything. You ready? So I have some vodka, some Bacardi. Bacardi's a vodka, right?
Yes.
Yes, I had some coconut Bacardi, and then I had mixed it with some Crystal Light because I be trying to cut back on my sugar. Crystal Light. You know, you know how people use a chaser like juice. I use Crystal
Mm-hmm.
Light, but then I also added a little bit of apple juice, and I also added a splash of wine.
Ooh, that looks and sounds good.
I mix everything, even like my lips. This is three different things. I got a base, which is clear, and then I got a pink and a red, and I mix it together to get this color. My perfumes, I'll be mixing. I make like three different kinds.
Me too. Me too.
I guess that's some Virgo shit. Like, but people be like, you smell good. I'd be like, oh, then what you got
You
on?
know
I'd
what?
be like, damn, a list of shit.
I walked into work the last week, and my coworker, he's an old man. But he's not that old, but I still wouldn't date him, especially since he's married. So I walk
Yeah.
in. So I walk in.
It's the married part for me.
Mhm. So I walk in. He was like, "Oh, you smell sweet. What you got on?" I was like, "Soap and water. I
Ah,
wash my ass. That's about it."
yo, girl. I was in New York last weekend. It was crazy. I even missed my flight coming back, but I got the next flight. Well, one of the next flights.
Did you have the
Oh,
kids with you?
I did not. Praise the Lord, because I don't know how I
I
would
was
have
about to say
functioned.
that would have been a lot.
Girl, you tell me about it. I never missed a flight before or nothing. So it was my first time because I fly a lot, but mostly out of the country. Yo, mind you, I didn't know whenever you didn't have no check bags that you didn't have to go to the machine. You could just use your mobile boarding pass. I'm
Yeah.
like, I probably would have never missed my flight, but I'm there at the machine like scanning this, scanning
No,
that, putting in
girl,
my
I be doing
putting
everything on my phone.
That was the thing because I'm used to always having to stand in the line to check. Well, I'm used to going to the computer because normally on the kiosk is where you put in if you have any checked bags. So I normally do that and then stand in the line just to give them my bag, you know? So
Hmm.
I didn't know that I didn't have to. I knew I didn't have to stand in the line because I had no checked bags, but I didn't know that I also did not have to go to that kiosk. So
Girl,
now I know.
I be doing everything I can not to have a check bag. I be stuffing the shit out my little carry on.
It's crazy because I normally travel. Like if I'm traveling within the U.S. like most of the time it's New York and most of the time I'm driving. I
Mm-hmm.
never really had to fly out, but I flew out because instead of me renting a car, it would have been cheaper just to fly out. And plus I had a credit from American Airlines too.
I
So,
do
and it was a
too.
funeral, so I was like, yeah, let me just it was so last minute. So,
Everybody should have some credit from American Airlines because I had to cancel the trip to Mexico, so they gave me credit for the money that I no, I didn't buy the trip to Mexico. I bought the plane ticket. I told you about the plane ticket to Baltimore because I was
yeah.
gonna go there and get my hair done a couple of days before. So I ended up getting that money back, but I didn't book the flight yet. So
And I think you got 12 months to use that credit.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
basically, I had got my credit because I had booked my trip for Jamaica and I extended it out. And they're like, oh, the date that you're picking, you're going to get back. credit. So I got credit for me and my two kids. And I'm hoping I can use the credit because my kids might not need it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning I don't know after this trip, I don't know when the next time they're traveling. But I know that like if they can't, if they don't have a ticket that they have to book, I'm thinking I should be able to use the credit because they give you a voucher. And when you checking
Yeah.
out, you put the code in. So I think
Mm-hmm.
anybody could use it, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Huh?
All right, so
With
let's
our
just touch base on the topics that we're going to be discussing this week. So we're going to be talking about Cardi B and Offset.
mm,
I'm going to slightly touch that topic because I want to know what you heard. And then the other girl, Sukiana, is that how you say her name? Because you know I be messing everybody's name up.
Suki Hana.
Sukihana and her OnlyFans video. We're also going to be talking about Lovecraft Country. This shit, Peaches got me watching that be giving me high blood pressure. I don't like scary stuff. And not to
You're
say that it's
scary
scary,
ass.
it's
Girl,
just that
stop.
it's, girl, you gonna give me high blood pressure. And I told you, my blood pressure been good my whole life. So if my blood pressure go up because of this show, I'm gonna tell them bill it to Peaches from Peaches and Dream.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
That's
mm-mm.
exactly what I'm gonna be like. Okay, so we gonna go right into Cardi first, or what we talking about first tonight?
Cardi, go ahead and get her fuckery out the way.
Okay, what do you have to say about that topic? Because I'm gonna drop my 2 cents. It was okay. Go ahead.
Because I don't give a damn how you spin it. This shit was a fucking publicity stunt. Now all of a sudden she puts out that she's gonna have her album out by 2021. After all this shit, so I'm just gonna go off with what the article says. Now my
Hmm.
fucking iPad wants to go dead. You bitch.
Okay.
You whore
So
bitch.
basically, while you working on that, so what she because you're gonna read the article. But listen, they're saying how oh yeah, her and what's his name, Offset is back together,
Awful
right?
setback. Awful setback. Yeah.
Offset. But the thing about it is that people fail to realize that she is married to this man, and I'm married. And I know I be having days where I be this close to filing them divorce papers, but my husband lives overseas, so it's not as simple as me just filing the regular divorce papers. And that's because everybody knows that most relationships have their ups and downs. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that no one has a perfect relationship, because some people are blessed enough to have a relationship where they're both submissive. Like, but when you're in a relationship, you got one person well, you got two people that's dominant. You got two people that's dominant. Like
Yeah.
Cardi is a dominant person. Like she's mad aggressive, and I'm sure her man is aggressive too. But you know what I respect about Offset? Because when we were talking about her filing for the divorce, he made a video and he apologized. And I'm like, he really made a video apologize. I could probably find it if I took the time to look for it. But he really made a video apologizing to his wife, saying that he would do anything to get his wife back. He at least puts in that effort. You see how like with Tory Lanez and how he shot Megan Thee Stallion, why he didn't make a video saying like a video, because his ego and his pride is not going to let him do that. You understand? But with Offset, he puts his pride and his ego to the side for his wife. So I would take that nigga back too. The fuck? I'm
Okay.
sorry. But go ahead, read the article. I
No,
don't think it was publicity though.
I just have to comment on what you said. He put his pride aside and he made an effort to apologize. Now, niggas get real scary when they feel like you about to leave their ass. That's when they want to straighten the fuck
You
up.
right, but sometimes they ego and they pride is too big to where they be like, oh, if that bitch wanna leave, leave. I'll go get me another bitch. And he's not doing that. He's saying, "Oh yeah, I'm like," he's publicly saying, "I'm sorry, I messed up." He's acknowledging that. You know how most men don't do that. Most men would rather sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen or move on. It's rare when you find a guy that acknowledges where he knows he's messing up and he actually goes like for him to go public with it because he didn't have to. He could have been in her DM like, "Sorry, babe," but maybe she got his ass blocked. But still, he took that initiative. And I saw this around, I think it was the same day we was talking about the divorce. Let me find the shit. Sorry,
Yeah,
y'all.
but I think on some level, I think on some level he doesn't want to fuck up the Cardi train because Cardi brings a lot of attention to him. There's nothing really going on with Offset and the Migos right now, except for anything that you hear about Cardi B.
which is
So,
true.
so I feel like on some level this is still a mini clout chase. I'm not gonna say he doesn't
But even
love
if it is a
her.
clout chase, it's not a clout chase on her part. It's on his part. And she's falling for it. But even if that's the case, if he's saying all of the right things and she falls for it and he starts fucking up again, that's just her being in love.
Is it really okay? We can call it being in love, and then we can call it being blind on purpose,
That
purposely
too.
blindfold, purposely blind because look, women, please, 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 please do not put anything past these niggas. They know when you are fed up and they know what to say or do to reel your ass back in. Just like I saw an article saying that Cardi B filed for divorce just to get him in check or scare him in line. And that's another issue that I have. You don't play with divorce. Marriage is a sacred sanct sanctity. Sanctity, is that the word? It's a sacred union, or should I say? And it's just nothing that we obviously shouldn't go into lightly. And throwing around the word divorce should not be something so casual that we do. You don't fuck around and lose that person for real, whether it's death or something else. And then you're sitting back wondering, well, what the fuck happened? Well, you were playing with your marriage, thinking that you had all this time in the world to get shit right, and it's just gone. So I'm gonna need these people to stop playing with their relationships. If you're gonna work at it fine. But please don't use it as some type of um, publicity stunt or whatever the fuck you want to do, just to get some type of attention. And oh, girl, did you see her birthday party that they threw?
Honestly, I didn't see it, but when I seen her jumping on top of that nigga, I was like, I wish I was at that party because that's how I'm used to seeing a party. Like, well, she jumped on top of her husband. Let me say that. Did you know she was dancing to? Did you see that part when she was dancing to the reggae and she was all like, "Did you see it?" No,
Yeah, she was jumping on top of him after he
because
showed her that custom Rolls Royce that he bought.
I didn't even see the whole thing. Honestly, I just saw the part where she was like, because it's a song. It's called Hot. It's called Hot Fuck. That's the name of the song. And with the dance, you flash your fingers. It's weird, but she was doing that shit. I was like, oh, she know that reggae shit. But I didn't see nothing aside from that. But a lot of people was like, oh, divorce my ass. That's what they had said when they posted the video. But I'm like, at the end of the day, that's still her baby father. That's still her baby father. That's still her husband. You understand?
I get it, but you know what? That shouldn't be enough. That
What
shouldn't be
should
enough.
So you're trying to say that she should not have accepted her husband's apology so easily because he was supposed to work a little bit harder, right?
I mean, he can work as hard as he wants to, but everybody has a tipping point. Like, if you're gonna file for divorce, that should be it. Divorce is very, very final. And I understand you wanting to go back and work at it, but let's not throw around divorce like it's a ball or basketball. Oh, let's just
But
throw
who
this
said
out
that
there and
they
see what
back
happens.
together officially though? Because I could
She
tell you, like,
did.
oh, she did. I didn't see that. I just know they was together, and people was
Hold
like,
on.
oh. But anywho, the way how I see it is that, like I said, you gotta be married to understand. Like you're gonna have days where your person piss you off so bad, so where you gonna be like, "Wait, let me sign these divorce papers ASAP." But then tomorrow you're like, okay, I was just really, really upset and ignorant in that moment. I don't wanna really leave him. But then again, it's her life to live. Like I think that she's accepting her man's apology. Like I can't find a video. I was looking and I was like, but it was so nice. I was like, oh, he's so sweet. Even I fell for it, and I'm not even fucking a nigga. But I'm like, he cares though. That's what I see within him. Within him, I feel like he cares enough to acknowledge where he's fucking up, and not to say that he's gonna change because he could do all this apologizing and still go back to doing the same bullshit he was doing. But that's gonna be on her. You understand? What was that, Dave?
Niggas interrupted me and shit.
Oh, okay. You was muted. I was just sitting there like
Blah 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 blah
I was
blah
about
blah
to say
blah.
hello. Hello.
But my nephew went to go pick my other nephew up. Darian went to go pick Dondre up. But anyway.
Okay. Why can't I find that video? If y'all seen the apology video, y'all will understand why she took that ass back. And then what he did for her birthday, like how could you not? Like I mean, it's like they putting in the effort. Like some niggas do fucked up
He's
shit and they
putting
don't put
in
in
the
the
effort
effort.
to apologize.
Okay.
We don't know what the fuck drove her to file for divorce in the first place.
That's the thing. What if she was feeling like he wasn't acknowledging the fucked up shit that he was doing, and because he wasn't acknowledging it, she's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." But then he starts to do the stuff that she wants him to do. Now, yeah, he could be doing it because he wants to quote unquote win her back. But what if he genuinely meant that apology? Apology. What if he genuinely changes and becomes the man that she deserves? Then what we gonna say?
I mean, that's cool and everything, but the public humiliation that you put me through, I don't know.
But
Look,
listen,
I know everybody's
his
different.
apology was just as loud as the public humiliation because, like I said, he went public with his apology, which he didn't have to because he could have been apologizing in private. You understand? He didn't just say, text her and be like, babe, I'm sorry, or call her. He made a whole video for the world to see. Cardi, so that means that even after the side bitches see that, if they still want to fuck him, that's because that's on them. Like they already know he's sitting there, he's putting his wife before any bitch out there. And that's what matters. I mean, it shouldn't be any other bitches, honestly, but at the end of the day, his dad made a very valid point. You know, when it was Lovely Tea that we was watching and his dad had wrote this old chest status or something, and he was like,
Hmm.
yo, Offset is young and he got all this money, which is not really an excuse. But at the end of the
No.
day, he needs to do something. What if he decides to do counseling? Like he has to find himself to know that he just needs his one woman.
And that's where I feel like people should go to the beginning. You need to do all of this before you even think about getting married or think about getting into a
Hold on.
relationship.
When you say do all of this, is the counseling part included?
The who?
The counseling part included? Like you said, people should do all of this before they get married.
Yes.
You want to know the problem? Most black people are not going to do counseling. That's for one. And that's the problem. When black people actually need it the most because we've been manipulated since slavery days. You understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of, but the sad part is that when you try to even present the idea, because with me, you know how I do my tarot cards and stuff like that, and my oracle cards, that's a form of like therapy and counseling. A lot of people who actually design the cards are actual counselors and therapists. And somehow some people say, oh, that shit is witchcraft. I'm like, how the fuck do you get witchcraft out of fucking tarot cards and oracle? Anywho,
I hate that because people just comment on shit and they don't know what the fuck they talking about.
even like, yo,
And then when I
when
cuss people out, be like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're
they
talking
be
about.
talking
This
about
is something
sage
that
as
you have heard
witchcraft
before and
too.
you don't know what the fuck you look, bitch. Look, let me tell you.
I'm
What
listening.
this
I'm not.
morning was the new moon in Libra.
Let me sage this ear because somebody said the other day sage is witchcraft. I'm like, bro, if you sit there and you light you some sage because your intentions is to get rid of the negative energy around you, what
Exactly.
is evil and witchcrafty about that? What is evil about cleansing your ear? Because this actually disinfects your ear, literally. Literally. Look it up. But
Because
not
last
only
night,
that, it takes out the evil spirits. Hold on, let me open the window. Because this
exactly.
shit is
So
strong.
last night into this morning was the new moon in Libra. So I have an altar. So I did my sage, I did my apple incense, I did my lavender incense, and I did my success incense. I burned some cloves.
You
I
burn
burned some,
clothes. Nah.
yeah,
Why you
I
burning
burned
clothes? Hold on, you
huh?
gotta elaborate. What kind of rituals you doing over there?
Cloves, not
We
clothing, cloves, as in, the
oh
spice, the herb stuff.
clothes. Again, what
Yeah.
kind of witchcraft you doing?
I burned
I'm
some cloves. I burned some bay leaves for luck. Cloves, it draws in money and prosperity. And the bay leaves, I burned those. What else did I burn? Candles. I bleached and I disinfected my bathroom and the area around my altar. I got that. Ooh, I even got my shower unclogged because that's been clogged up for the longest. All that just seemed to happen last night because maintenance
oh,
was in here all
you
day.
getting ready. What you manifesting when you
I
get
was
that money? Just
no,
share some with me.
let me tell you. And then I went and last thing I did was I burned my sage. I always keep my window open. So I burned my sage. I started in my because my altar is in my closet. I have a walk-in closet. Then I went into the bathroom where my other candles are. I went into my room. I set the sage on the windowsill so whatever what is in here can get the fuck out. And then
Ah,
and then I went into the living room and then I set the sage into my candle jar where my candle had burned out at because I'm just finished with it, and I just let it sit for the rest of the night. And then I lay down, and I was supposed to be at work at 12, but I didn't wake up until 11:54. So yeah,
okay.
so even though I got to work late, I woke up just in time for the transition into what's today.
Libra.
So yeah, into Thursday into Friday, 12 a.m. And the moon was out. So went ahead and did that. Got to work, did my shift, drove, got off at 8, drove to Monroe to my second job, and then got home. And when did I see this? No, this was I got off. I went to my second job from 9 to 1, got off at 1, and then I got off and then I stopped at Bojangles just to check my phone because I didn't have time. I had to get out of the parking lot for my job. So I just
Mm-hmm.
stopped just to check my phone. So I'm checking my phone after all that clearing and intention that I did the night before. I got an email from school saying that my refund check was coming. So
Mm.
yeah, so the same thing that we do, the same thing that people in the Kojic church, and Kojic is Church of God in Christ, when you want to put oil on people's forehead in the shape of a cross, and then
Yo, and they
and
don't
then
think that's witchcraft at all. But the minute you burn some sage, you a witch. We
yeah,
gonna talk about
and
this
then
when we
blood,
talk about Lovecraft because Lovecraft is gonna be it's gonna fall with all of that. What is it called? Lovecraft
Lovecraft Country.
Country, yeah, that. Yeah, we gonna
Yeah,
talk about that. That's the only reason why I'm watching it is because I'm like, yo, they be dropping like gems, and I'm like, I wonder do people
yes.
even realize?
Yes.
Girl,
Well,
whew.
yeah. So the same thing that we do, like, just and the same thing is done in the Christian church. We learned it from somewhere. So it didn't originate in the church, of course, but they got it from somewhere. And
Exactly.
I think it all zeroes back to African spirituality. Like, you want to put oil and bless somebody, and you want to you want to eat the body of Christ with these little wafers, and you
And
want
drink
to
this little
yeah, the grape juice.
what is it
You want
called? It's
to
called communion. What is it called?
communion, yeah.
You see, I
And
don't
you
even
want
know. I only did that like once or twice, and then I was like, "What is this?" They gave me a little thing to drink, a
to
little bread to
girl,
eat,
it
and then
went
I'm
number some
like,
grapefruit juice. It went number some grapefruit juice. But the wafers are supposed to be the body of Christ, and the grapefruit juice or the cranberry juice is supposed to be the
Supposed to
blood
be
of Christ.
blood.
So
That's
you get this
crazy.
ritualistic shit trying to get certain blessings from who you say is Jesus, which looks like Charles Manson in the King James Bible, and you're just summoning his spirit. We do this in remembrance of thee. Oh, drink. We eat the body of Christ. We drink the blood of Christ. We do this,
You know
and
what's crazy?
we
We have to keep in mind that we have a whole this whole world is built up of a whole bunch of hypocrites. So it's like the very same thing that they say is witchcraft. It's like when you look into the Bible has a whole bunch of quote unquote witchcraft in it to begin with. Like I just posted a status the other day. I'm like, y'all really believe that Jesus turned water into wine and that Moses parted the Red Sea, but y'all don't think that sage can cleanse bad energy?
exactly,
I'm
exactly.
confused.
So Sage didn't cleanse that broke ass
I want
energy
to find
last
a
night.
post because my homegirl, this girl I went to school with, she actually posted this thing. Hold on. Yo, it's crazy. This wasn't even our topic, but we're going to talk about this.
Oh, let's get into it. Fuck it, let's get into it.
Where is it? It was a post about this guy said that somebody gave him sage to burn. Some Christians actually gave him
Hmm.
sage to burn for his new home. And he said
Yes.
that he threw it out because he did research on it and he realized that it was quote unquote witchcraft.
Now, here's the thing, people are going to use certain things for their own purposes. Just like the whole Wiccan religion. Wiccan is a pagan religion. Of course, it's going to be pushed to the forefront like it's something evil because people do their own things for evil because that's their intention. Whatever you put out in the universe is going to come back on you.
Yeah, and then that's the crazy part because at the end of the day, this is how, like, honestly, like growing up, like, it's crazy because my dad, one time, my dad's a Jamaican and he's like weird. But one time it was this lady outside sweeping, and my dad goes, "Oh, that lady's a witch." And then I'm just like,
How
okay.
did, how did he know?
Honestly, I don't know how he know. But then it's like as I get older, and then it's like I run into people who have Instagram pages and they full of positive vibes, and they be saying they call themselves, they say they're a witch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I honestly feel like it's like if witches are real, you can have a good witch and you can have a bad witch. If you have somebody that's out there that can manifest and they believe in magic and all of that, if they're using their intentions for their highest good and for the good of others, there is nothing wrong with that. Now, when you got people that's out there trying to do witchcraft, to do evil shit, to put spells on people, to try to make their man stay, whatever the case is, that shit is sick and disgusting. But if you're sitting there like Lord Jesus, saging, like keep me protected from all negative energy, what is wrong with that?
Speaking in tongues and meditating and talking, it's the same thing. You're putting that energy out there thinking that, well, you believe that God or whoever you believe in is going to bless you, but it's the same thing that we're doing. We're just talking directly to our ancestors. We're not
Hmm.
talking to white Jesus that our grandmothers had taped on the wall.
But the other thing is that, yo, it's so crazy because it's like I study Christianity, but I also study like Islam and like the Muslim religion because like my great grandmother was a Muslim, and then my oldest daughters, well, both of my baby daddies honestly are Muslim, right?
Hmm.
So when you actually like study and learn about the actual like Muslim religion, you start to realize like I have to learn more about it, but to me, it's more spiritual than actual Christianity. But the crazy part is that a lot of the stories in the Quran, which the Quran has never been rewritten, but a lot of the stories in the Quran are very similar to the stories in the actual Bible, but the names are different. I'm like,
Hmm.
that's crazy, right? Like some people don't even like realize like people know the Bible, but you should go do research on the Quran. And when you hear the stories, so that's why I know there's definitely some truth to the Bible, but the difference is that the Bible has been rewritten multiple times. The Quran has never been rewritten. There's only one Quran. There's no King James version, no Muhammad version, like none of that. It's one Quran, or however you want to say it.
Hold on. well, yeah, well, however you want to say it. And that Bible, that's some tricky business because, like you said, there's too many versions of it. The King James, the Good News version. Girl, remember Travis, from our chorus class from in
Hmm.
school. Okay, so after we graduated, he was dating this white guy named Matt. So
He'd be telling everybody names. I know you should have said. You should have said. That, oh, you see the guy we went to high school with. This one, and I would have been like, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
but we drove down to Anderson, South Carolina, where Matt lives with his parents. So Matt's dad was a Freemason, and he had a Freemason Bible. You see
Okay.
how man takes the so-called Word of God and then twists it as his own? A Freemason Bible, like where the hell did that come from?
You asking me? I don't even know
No,
what a
I'm just
Freemason
saying.
Bible is.
No, I'm just saying, like he had it, and like I looked at it, and to tell you the truth, my pure eyes could not understand what the fuck I was looking at.
So was it in English?
It was in English, but it
Was it
had
wasn't
some
like that
weird.
Shakespeare shit?
Yeah, yeah, it was like
I hate that shit. I hate it. Like I
yeah, cause
swear, I don't like that. Like that's why I understand why they made different versions of the Bible to kind of quote unquote break it down. But a lot of the times it's been stuff that's been taken out. There's been stuff that's been added into the Bible and all of that. But that was the one thing that I didn't like about the Bibles is like they'd be like, He forsaketh thee, thou shalt not. Like what?
yeah,
I know what you mean. Like that Shakespeare shit, though, it drives me crazy. I'm like, I don't even like to speak regular ass slang. You think I want to fucking speak Shakespeare? The fuck?
but girl, oh, we got off on a fucking tangent. What the hell did
We
we?
sure
Why did we
did.
get to
Oh
Cardi
wait,
B?
you said that you had to pick up your nephew, but you technically don't. If I gotta go pick up shit from Walmart,
No, my
girl,
other nephew, I'm pretty sure he went to pick up some junk food, so he has to go pick up my
he
nephew
probably gonna
also.
pick up the junk food and some bitches. Nah.
Not in my motherfucking car.
Ah.
Speaking of which, I have to put him on my insurance because he drives the car also.
Speaking
But
of which, you need to put a damn tracker on that bitch.
girl, I was thinking about that too.
And
But
Virgo
anyway,
shit, Virgo shit.
but yeah. So yeah, we got off on a tangent. How the hell did
We
we get
sure
from Cardi
did.
B to this
I don't
shit?
even shit. I have that's crazy for real, for real. We have to go back and watch it later. We'll figure it out.
But speaking of saging and energies and all that, um, what type of energy do you think? Oh, did you see Cardi B's new picture being leaked?
No, her
It,
nude picture.
yeah, she
I
accidentally
mean, at
posted
the
it.
end of the day, she's a stripper. But even if her nude pictures was out there, it's not a big deal because everybody done seen Cardi
Yeah,
B's
yeah,
ass and titties before.
exactly. It's a lot of niggas that seen her naked
I know
already.
what I can picture it in my head what Cardi B titties look like, and I don't know why. But it wouldn't be nothing new. She was a
Exactly,
stripper.
exactly. And people act like they ain't never seen a pair of titties before. So,
That's what I hate about
hmm.
people. Like even when it comes down to breastfeeding, like to, especially in this country, people be making it seem like, oh, nobody wants to see that. Just because it's like you may be a pervert or you may be worried about the pervert, don't mean that the person breastfeeding is even thinking about that. All they thinking about is feeding their goddamn baby. But this is America.
I see both sides of it. Of course, a mother has to feed her child, but cover up your titty in
But
public, please.
why? It's a
It
titty. Have you seen a titty before that wasn't your own?
okay, so let me walk into church, whip out my left tit that's hanging all the way to the floor,
I
and let me
mean,
breastfeed
hey.
my
But
baby.
my thing, that's the thing to me, it's like if you sit in there, if like I think it's something like the reason why, like I understand what you're saying, but me going to Jamaica a lot, it's like for example, when I met my husband's sister for the first time, she was breastfeeding her baby. She did not cover up no type of titty. She was just like, hey, and I was just like, why do you like that? The next thing you
And
know,
the
you go
titty was like,
outside. Hold
hey,
on, wait. Then you exactly. Then you go outside and you see somebody in the backyard butt ass naked hanging their clothes. And mind you, they do that regularly. They're not thinking like, oh, somebody's watching me butt naked in my backyard hanging my clothes up. They just out there. They don't give a fuck Because you know what's the other thing is that you have to keep in mind, even in the Bible, Adam and Eve, they were naked and they thought nothing of it until
That's
they ate that apple.
true.
You
That's true
understand?
because
They
it's
thought
it's
nothing of it until they ate that apple.
it's a
I don't
whole
see nothing.
lot with the culture and society because especially in America or anywhere else in the world, depending on where you
Not
are,
really. Yeah,
it's a
America is
lot
the
of.
only place like that so far, and even like New York is not even like that either. I think it's more so because like
But
in New York, you'll see some shit like that, and you'll be like, okay, whatever. But
it's still like a lot of perverted ass people out there who
there
look
are, but as long
for.
as you're not perverted, you can't be worried about that. Like honestly, me personally, I could walk outside naked, and the only thing that would stop me is me worried about perverts. That's the only thing because at the end of the day, it's like I don't like people lusting over my body. That's what's gonna make me sick. That right there. Do you
That that's
understand?
that's that's what I'm saying. Like that's the nasty part. Like some creep sitting by watching me breastfeed, and then he whips out his phone and starts
See,
recording because
that's the
all he
issue, and
wants
that's
to
what's
see
wrong
is
with people in the world because
yeah.
that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to see people and mind your business. Like
But
I could
people
tell
don't.
you, I
People don't.
know, and that's the problem. Like, say for example, like when we go to the beach in Jamaica, after the beach, we trying not to get stand in the goddamn car because we not taking a bus and a train to the beach. We taking our rentals to the beach. So when we changing our clothes, his friends is there. They changing their clothes. I'm seeing dicks, but I'm not watching their dicks and staring at that shit like
Are
this.
you serious?
Yes, but at the end of the day, it's like we changing our
They
clothes
don't
and the
have
main
those little bathrooms at the beach or anything like
even if
that.
they do, we not waiting for no bathrooms because we like they washing out, they going back and forth to get buckets of water to wash our feet off. So in the midst of it, we got people changing, we shaking and moving. We not worried about, oh, how big is his dick? Oh shit, I see her titties. Oh, look at
Oh,
how hairy put. We don't
hey.
even stop it. That you see, I get it. But like I said before, going to Jamaica as often as I do, it was more of a perverted way of like, ew, they shouldn't be doing that in public. But then once you realize in this life, you're supposed to be able to live and be free and not have to worry about people judging you and not have to worry about people being perverts because
Well,
that's not the type of
sadly, in this society, a lot of people have a problem with nudity, and then there's
they
a lot of
do.
nasty ass people out there also on
They
both
yeah.
sides. So, look, to each his own, to each his own. But as for me and my house, we're not going to be walking around looking like a whole bunch of fucking Zulu hags with our titties hanging down, carrying baskets on top of our
I mean,
head.
that's another thing. Like, imagine if we lived in Africa and shit. You see those ladies with their titties out and their little
Girl.
sheet wrapped around their waist and their little shit on their head, and they be like,
And I understand, like that's the motherland. That's where we come from. We really shouldn't be ashamed of our bodies.
we
But unless,
shouldn't.
but here's the thing: unless we look like Cardi, we're told that we shouldn't even be thinking about showing any parts of our body unless we look like her or Megan. So that's why
First and
nobody gave a
foremost,
fuck about her. Nobody. That's why nobody gave a fuck about her new picture being leaked because her titties are perfect. And I mean, they may be fake, but they're still perfect. So if it was
yeah.
now if Aretha Franklin was still alive and she whopped those big old titties out and it was spread from one side of the television to the other side of the television and it covered up the whole fucking TV screen. Girl, can you imagine? Girl, remember when Janet Jackson exposed her titty
I
or Justin
know.
Timberlake
Yo, what was it that Barack Obama did? Like, yo, this is why I tell you, we be manipulated so much because it depends on, and this work in America, it depends on who is doing it. You understand? And then
Yes.
depending on who is doing it, that determines whether or not it's gonna get good hype or whether they're gonna sit there and try to talk shit. But you know, when President Obama went, he used a selfie stick and he made a video. And they're like, our president finding time to play around with a selfie stick. And yet, look at who's in office now and the type of stuff that he's doing. He's suggesting people drink bleach and hand sanitizers or whatever he suggested.
And idiots actually do it, but no, nobody cares. Just
And
like
yeah,
they made it, just
they
like when Obama was
dragged
president.
Obama for that because it's funny because I've seen a video on Instagram. They dragged Obama for using a selfie stick. He's the president. He shouldn't be doing that.
They dragged him for actually being interested in his wife and patting her on the behind. That's his fucking wife. If he wants to do that, he can do
Exactly.
that. Donald Trump can't even shake his own wife's hand. So,
It's it's
yeah,
crazy because when they did that debate, they was like, "Oh, Biden hugs his wife and Donald Trump pets his." He was like, why are you petting your damn wife? Like, what is wrong with you?
girl, I can imagine what the fuck be going on behind closed doors. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to get on all fours, and then I want you to put this dog collar on, and then I want you to bark like a Pomeranian. Like, oh God, oh, poor
And then I
Melania,
want you to
free
take a
Melania,
shit,
free
and I want you to
Melania.
make it look sexy.
Yes, yeah, free that whore. Send her way back to whatever country she came from. Free the whore.
Yo,
Free the whore.
honestly, I don't. I'm just like, I hope that you guys who vote because I'm gonna leave it in y'all hands. I'm
Hmm.
gonna leave it in y'all hands to get us somebody better in office, so that this way, I don't know.
But speaking of nudity and other things, girl. So I sent you the Suki Hana video. Did you watch it in its entirety?
I did watch it. Actually, when I was in New York, I let my cousin and my homegirls watch it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, with Suki Hana, honestly, when it comes down to that whole thing, so for those of you who don't know, there's a video where her and her man, her actual fiance, has like a fans
Yes.
only, and on a fans only, they're basically having sex.
Why
Well,
do
in
you
this
call it
particular
fans only
video,
and it's only fans?
fans only fans, whatever it is, it's the same shit, right? They know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I
Okay.
always be fucking shit up. Don't leave it up to me. Don't quote me on nothing. If it's yeah, it's gonna sound similar to what it's really supposed to be. So y'all just supposed to be able to, decipher it and understand what the fuck I'm talking about. What is it? Fans only or only fans? Only
It's
fans?
only fans.
Only fans. So basically in this video, she is performing oral sex on her man. I'm like, honestly, me as a woman,
Girl.
I don't like sucking dick, for one. For
What?
two, no, for two, I'm glad that I have a nigga. I'm married, guys. I'm glad that I have a nigga that's not a fan of it either, so I don't have to do it. But this girl was sucking dick till she threw up and she didn't even stop to go wash up. Like that shit had to be stink. That's the only part that I'm stuck on. It's like she threw up and she didn't even go wash her mouth,
She
go
threw up. She
clean the
threw up. She
area. Like you
gagged.
just
She
kept
threw up.
sucking dick. Like,
And
huh?
she threw up all over him also. So apparently it was going deep in girl. And ironically, she has a song called 5 Foot. I'm foot. I'm 5 foot, but my throat 6'6". I'm a ratchet bitch sucking mean dick. You mad cause your nigga? You mad cause your pussy ain't fat like this? And you mad? My pussy like chicken nuggets. That's her
I know
song.
nothing
That's
about
her song.
that.
Yes, yes. So just so ironic that she has that song out, and apparently she's 5 foot, but her throat is 6'6". So if your throat is 6'6", then why are you gagging? But anyway. Anyway, but
She
yeah.
means six. She means 6 inches and 6 centimeters. Okay.
Oh, 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 oh,
I don't know
oh.
what to tell you. Clearly, she means 6 inches and 6 centimeters. That ain't 6 feet 6 inches. But
Okay,
honestly, I cannot respect her for that because I can't respect him for that because you have your wife recording this and y'all gonna upload it and make money off of it. Now the whole world just see what's supposed to be done in private between the two of y'all.
now, did you think that, them being on OnlyFans is already degrading or him taking
It
it to that
is
level?
degrading because of the fact, like I said, when it comes down to like this is his fiance. Why you want the world to know how you fuck your fiance soon to be wife? I mean, hey, I mean, like, I don't like judging people, but me personally, I would never do that. Whether this is my man, my side man, whether I wasn't married, whatever the case is, I don't see myself having sex and recording it because I've never done it. I've never done it. I don't, even for
Apparently,
money, I'm not
uh,
doing it.
apparently the whole couples thing is real popular on OnlyFans. They're not the first couple, and they won't be the last. It's
Honestly, I know because I know a lot of couples that say that they actually record themselves having sex and shit like that. But I'm like,
Mhm.
why? For that shit to actually leak? Like me personally, I'm not taking no. You know, guys be like, oh, send me a sex. That's why, like, my husband is just the perfect nigga because he don't ask for no quote unquote sexy pictures. But guys be like, can you send me a sexy pic? I be like, all my pictures is on Instagram. Those are the sexy pics that I be posting. Like all of my pictures that I post, you will never see me posting no new pictures because at the end of the day, I don't feel like my body should be exposed and out there like that. But that's just me because you have some people, like, let me tell you this. I know girls that literally fuck for money and they taken care of, but and you can only respect them because you have some girls that try to like have sex with people because they like them and because they have a genuine interest in them and they don't care how much money the guys have.
Okay,
They
so
just
who would you have more respect for? The girl who fucks multiple people for money, or the girl who fucks one guy for money, as in like a sugar daddy?
here's the thing though. With Suki Hana, before that, I didn't even know who she was. But I ran into something on Instagram and I was like, oh shit, that's the same girl. And she was like, I need to find it. But what she was saying, I kind of could respect what she's saying because like if you think about it, me, I'm the type of person that there wasn't ever a nigga out there that like guys, I wouldn't talk to you be only because you have money. But when I
Yeah,
think about it, it's like I'm a single mom now. Like I'm married, my husband has no children for people who know, but he treats my kids like his own. But one of my baby daddies died in a car accident a couple of years ago. The other baby daddy, he doesn't really do nothing. But I'm like, imagine if I was the type to only fuck with niggas who had money. I would be taken care of right now because at the end of the day, child support is a thing, right?
yeah.
But my baby daddy, he does like, the one who was alive, he doesn't work, he hustles, whatever his money he gets is off the books or whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, imagine if you actually only fucked with guys who had like money and high paying jobs and you get pregnant. You taken care of because at the end of the day, the nigga got money, you got money. But if you sitting there messing with a nigga who ain't got shit and you fucking with him based off of like his potential, you fuck around and have a baby by
Mhm.
him and you be a single mom.
Mhm.
You understand? And it's like I had to learn the hard way. So now at this point in my life, I realize why some women only fuck niggas that have money. But me, I'm not the type of person like if I don't genuinely like you and care about you, I cannot have sex with you, period. Now, if you get lucky enough to find a nigga that you really genuinely love, I get lucky. I'm married. But if I was single and I got lucky enough to get a nigga that I was genuinely interested in and he had money, it would be different. But it's some girls that literally do something strange for a little bit of change and they don't care what the strange thing is. And
Now,
that's not me.
as a single woman, my argument would be, how come you just can't go ahead and take care of everything yourself? Now, I understand with
What you
kids,
mean,
it
like
might
as
be a
a
little
woman,
bit.
like why can't you take care of everything yourself? Like as far as your own responsibilities and bills?
Yeah, that, but I'm looking at it as a single woman with no kids, because I would like to start from my thinking. It starts all the way from the beginning. Why fuck with somebody, period, who can't take care of themselves if you're looking for them to take care of you also in that
But
type of
here's the
circumstance if
thing,
anything happened?
honestly. But here, listen. You see how you say you looking for somebody to take care of you?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been looking for nobody to take care of me because I'm very independent. I don't like depending on nobody for nothing. Let me tell you, last year when I went to BVI, the British Virgin Islands, that's where my husband lives. So the kids had went out there first, and when I went out there, I didn't have no money. So then I was like, but I still had to go see my husband. My tickets was already bought. I wasn't like I wasn't gonna travel. So because I didn't have no money, my husband had the money. So I'm going to the store. I gotta wait for him to give me money to go to the store. I'm going out. He gives me money to go out, and I'm seeing myself like I cannot live like this because imagine, like I like to be able to go on my bank account and see what's in there and know. Because my husband, he's the type that he doesn't like to invest or buy shit that's unnecessary. Like we in the store and I want to pick up a Sprite. He's like, no, put that back. I'm like, nigga.
What? It's a drink.
Exactly. The reason, but his reason being is that like, okay, you need to not drink soda because you need to drink, natural juices. You understand? But if it was my money, you couldn't tell me what the fuck to buy or what the fuck to drink.
Ah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I get it, and I'm like, and I'm out in public, and I'm like, he kind of has a valid point because, I do want to be healthier, and I shouldn't be drinking soda. I'm like, so it's like you can't even argue. But if it was a situation where if it was my money, I wouldn't even have to have asked. I would have just put it on the counter and be like, Miss, how much?
Mm-hmm.
So I've experienced being a quote unquote housewife, and I don't like it. But some girls, they don't care. They're like, okay, if I can suck his dick and he give me $500, that means I ain't got to work this week. It sounds good, but I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
Well, Suki Hana, she did make that point. She was like, a lot of you bitches out here licking ass and asshole and not good at
Let me
anything
find that
for it. I'm like, first
video.
of all, who the fuck is out here licking
Okay,
man
here it
ass,
goes. Here it goes. I
lady hard
found it.
ass? What the
Honestly, look,
bitch?
I didn't know nothing about this post is from October 2nd. I didn't know nothing about Sukiyana until last week when you sent me that. Like, cause I didn't really pay attention to her, but it was what she was saying that caught my attention. And I'm like, she kind of do have a valid point,
She had a
but
couple points.
that's why, like I said, I can't really judge people who fuck for money because I'm like, well, who fuck only with niggas who got money. Because girls who fuck
Hmm.
for money strictly is prostitutes. But there's some girls that just have their level to where they like, I'll do all the fucking shit in the book. Even like Chief Keef baby mama talking about some this guy wanted her to shit. She was doing it if the price was right, but they not doing that shit for free though. But then you have people like me that I don't care how much money you offer me. I'm not about to sit here and suck your dick. You can't even pay me $1 million to suck a nigga dick. You understand? I don't like money that much. I would rather be broke, but not everybody is like that. But
No.
listen to this.
When you out there fucking, what's the morals when you out there fucking multiple niggas for free? What morals did you have? Because I thought that was not having self-respect. If you gonna let a nigga use you up and you ain't gonna put no tax on yourself, I thought self-respect is when you know your worth and you tax niggas. I didn't think that was prostitution. I thought that was self-respect. I thought after you fucking nigga or you fucking with a nigga, he supposed to be helping you. I didn't know he was supposed to take. I didn't know you was supposed to be cooking, spending your time, spending your conversation, giving him your company, letting him come up in your fucking house and I contribute. I thought that was no self-respect. I thought you was supposed to make a nigga pay his motherfucking way. Yeah. I thought that was morals. I thought making a nigga show you that you worthy was morals. I thought a man that wanting and dying you and doing things for you was having morals. What the fuck? Y'all getting being independent mixed up. Bitch, because I'm independent as a bitch. I'm independent. I don't need no nigga for nothing. But I think y'all getting it mixed up. I think y'all think just because you can pay your own bills, you ain't supposed to ask somebody help. Like so what y'all doing is y'all fucking niggas. Y'all giving that pussy out. Y'all sucking dick, fucking licking assholes all the time. I don't know what you said, but you're saying because you independent, you don't want nobody to help you. So you sucking and fucking niggas, and then you go home and pay your own bills. Who said what? Hold up, cause I'm trying to
So
run.
honestly, I totally get what she's saying. Like now that when you think about it, it's like yeah, it's like that giving niggas with potential a chance. All of that shit is a dub because it's like when you think about it, like look how much. Well, I can't speak for you, but a lot of us are growing up with no baby daddies, or no fathers. Yo, Blueface got a whole show where he's talking about all these fatherless chicks. And he got
Oh
them. It's
Lord.
basically it's like a bad girls club, but it's with Blueface. That's and he got like they was
Ugh.
fighting. He got them boxing gloves. And he's like, oh, I got these fatherless chicks doing this and this and that. And I'm like, that's why so many girls out there do shit for money because they literally be looking for a nigga to take care of them. So it's like, you need me to take care of you, daddy. What you want me to do? You want me to suck your dick? You want to fuck me in my ass? You want to do this? Like, and they do it for the money and for a guy to quote unquote take care of them. And like with me, it's like I'm independent, And I don't mind being independent. Like, yeah, it's nice to have a guy that comes along and that wants to take care of you, but it's even better when the guy comes along and he wants to take care of you and he don't want nothing in return. That shit, when the nigga, like, you got girls that's out there that's taken care of, but every night they getting they asshole blown out.
Ugh.
Exactly. You got girls that's getting taken care of, but every night they throwing up on somebody's dick. And I'd rather be broke. Like if I had to choose between being broke or doing strange things for change, I'm not I'm being broke and I'm sorry.
Well,
Because and that's just me. But some people do it like if the price is right, they're gonna do it. And I can't judge you because you gotta do what's best for you. Just don't be there 20 years later fucking accusing people like those girls did to Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. He manipulated me. Like, no, bitch, you did that shit because you wanted to do something strange for some change and it sounded good at the time.
well, to conclude, my aunt always said a wet pussy should not equal a dry pocketbook. So let's get into Lovecraft Country.
Hold on, no, wait, how you gonna say this? So that means that if you fucking you supposed to be having you supposed to get money. That's what you mean. That's what you saying.
I don't know. That's what my aunt said. So
You said that's what y'all said. Like I said, I agree. I feel like a man should like, should definitely take care of you, but damn. You can't only fuck them like if your guy if I like you, I like you, regardless as to what your pocket's looking like. You know?
All right.
I just hope that you got ambition to climb that, that money tree to get up there. All right, we're gonna talk about Lovecraft now, so we can get into the
Yeah.
Richie shit.
Now,
The Richie shit.
how far did you get since you told me about episode 4?
I think I was on episode 5 because I be watching it and doing a whole bunch of other stuff in between. So I want to know if y'all watching this. Make sure y'all comment and then like let us know if you've been watching it because I ain't heard of this. It's 8:28,
You
which is
about
my
to be the
birthday
only person
on
that
the clock.
hasn't been watching it.
Honestly, I never heard of it. Like, I literally never heard of it until you said, "Oh, Lovecraft." I'm like, "Is that a Netflix thing?" Because I got Netflix, and you're like, "No, HBO."
No, it's on
It's on
HBO.
HBO, mind you. I don't even watch no damn HBO, but I've been watching it, and it's crazy because that shit is like it be scaring me, and I'm
It's
annoyed because it's interesting. So I'll
yes,
be watching it. I'll
it's
be
a little
turning the
bit of
volume down.
everything. And I love seeing Black people exploring the horror sci-fi genre. And the screenwriter is a Black woman. So I
Mm.
mix with it heavy. And HBO know what the hell they doing. They know how to get niggas wrapped up in some shit that we interested in. So I fucks with it heavy, heavy.
The
So
crazy part is that naturally, I personally wasn't. I don't watch nothing. Only time I watch something is if you telling me to go watch something, and that's because I used to watch TV so much, and I used to live in front of the TV, and eventually, I was feeling like it's brainwashing, especially like for example, Love and Hip Hop. I used to love that shit, but that shit used to brainwash the hell out of you. But the show the Lovecraft Country. It be raising my blood pressure, but then I be having to remind myself, bitch, this shit is fake.
at the end of the day,
Bitch, this shit is fake.
Lovecraft
Bitch, this
Country
shit
is
is fake. That's what I be telling myself to get my blood pressure to go back down.
at the end of the day, Lovecraft Country is for the culture. It it ties in our history. The whole have you gotten to the Hippolyta episode
When what?
when Hippolyta well no, so you haven't gotten
Who's
that far.
no? You have to tell
Hippolyta
me.
is Uncle George's wife. So when
Okay,
Uncle George got killed at the end of was it the first or
the
second
first
episode?
episode.
Yeah, his wife, was back home. And at the beginning of the second episode, you can see her, trying to cope and trying to figure out what really happened. Because she didn't believe Tick and Tisha and Montrose when they told her that he had gotten shot by,
The
the
sheriff.
sheriff. Yeah. So she didn't believe them. So that's Hippolyta. She has her own
The
episode.
part, yeah, but I didn't even get to that episode yet. But I do know that she was in the car with her daughter, and she found his map or whatever. And then she turns the car around. She says, "Mommy, where we going?" So I didn't find out where they was going yet.
Yeah, now that she, like I said, she has her own. Hold on.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna catch up and get to that part, but
Yeah, yeah, you have until Sunday because surprise, we're going to be doing a live stream, watch, visual, I don't know what to call it, of the season finale of Lovecraft Country. And yes, you will be watching it.
so yeah, yeah, I get this. Yeah, I get to tune in. We get that Peaches VIP access.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, honestly, it's a good show, and it's just interesting because I'm like, all of this stuff is in like the shit that we know is in movies, but it's like we knew this shit before movies came out. Like, say for example, like when it comes to like sage and witchy shit, it's like I've been exposed to a lot of shit like that since lately, and it's like it's stuff that
Hmm.
we don't really talk about, but it's crazy because you on that same vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like I don't really know a lot of people who a lot of people when you sit there, you try to talk to them about witchcraft and about our ancestors and this and that. They'll sit there and be looking at you like, bitch, you know, like they would pick up a Bible and hold the Bible towards you as if it's something wrong with you. When in reality, worshiping the Bible and the shit that they do, when it comes to, what our ancestors knew of,
Here's the thing. When you talk to God, who you think is up there sitting beside him listening?
who do you think? Like your ancestors?
My mom, my dad, my grandma,
It's interesting
whoever
because
was.
earlier I started talking about like the Muslim religion because within the Muslim religion, right, they
Mhm,
teach you that when the dead person dies, you're supposed to pray for them every day because you
mhm,
praying for the dead person is how the person eats. They're dead, right? You don't think that they
mhm,
need to eat, but they have like certain prayers that you're supposed to do. So my daughter, she's like a self-proclaimed Muslim, so I'm trying to support her on her journey, and I'm learning like within that religion, like after you die, and I'm like, if you think about it, if it really is life after death, if there really is such thing as your ancestors or your past loved ones watching over you after they die, what if they die and you never speak of them again? You think that if they can help you, they're gonna help you? No, they're gonna be like, this motherfucker done forgot about my ass. Probably, right? You know? So
That's why when spiritual people
that's
when
why
they
you
say
have your altar. That's why
you're
you pray for
altar,
them. That's why
you're,
you burned your clothes and Baileys. So I understand because I'm educated and I'm knowledgeable on that. But a
and
lot of
that's why
people
they
don't think
say
about that.
put a picture of a loved one on your altar. Now, it can't be of somebody who's living because
That
you
would be
might speed up,
weird.
it might speed up their death, their death time. It's more likely it has to be somebody who's gone, somebody who is watching over you, somebody whose energy you can draw in and get positive outcomes of what you're trying to manifest. So,
Yeah.
it kind of ties into Lovecraft Country also because you remember the dreams that Tick and Letitia were having, where Tick he was running out of the burning house behind his great 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 grandmother,
And she was
and
pregnant and then she stopped and she said something to him
she said something to him, and
and she was
nobody
like, what?
figured out what she was saying. No, I need to go back and look at that because nobody ever figured out what she was saying.
First of all, we're not supposed to. We gonna figure it out later in the episodes because you notice everything that you could possibly question,
But
they're
we
bringing
still
back
haven't
up.
seen it. We still haven't seen it.
We had
Unless it's
well,
gonna be in the last episode.
see, honestly, you watched through the whole thing. What if it's not in the last episode? What if they don't reveal that shit until season 2? You gotta keep watching.
Now that would be so fucked up. I want to know what the hell she said. Because
You
here's the thing. Oh, it's equivalent because I hate to spoil it for you, but in the last episode, Letitia, she walked through the fire with the book of names and made it back through the portal. And in the house, her Tick and his grandmother and Letitia, she had a dream also. They ran through the house that was on fire, and the grandmother had to give them names. So hopefully, in this last episode, it parallels and we find out what she was saying. But it all goes back to Tick and Letitia's dream when they were running through the house with the book of names behind her. But she turned around and she said something to Tick. She said something to him, and I want to know what the hell it was. So,
yeah.
find out what our ancestors are trying to tell us because
Yep.
they be trying to get messages through. They be trying to get messages through. And we just walking on Earth, our day to day lives, and we just be blind as hell. We need to tap into that. We need to tap into that.
Yeah.
And that's what tech is using the magic for to figure out, the family history and stuff like that. But you have you noticed the coonery with the Ruby character? Have you gotten that far?
Oh yes, when Ruby is basically drinking this potion to beat this white chick.
Yes. I was like,
Girl, that shit is crazy. If y'all ain't haven't watched it, y'all should watch it. Like that shit is it's very interesting, and that's why even though it's like little scary shit, I'm still watching it because it is really really interesting.
it's interesting because I always, have you gotten far enough to realize that Christina and William are the same person?
Hmm? Hmm.
Bitch!
No. So basically, that's the girl who keeps popping up, and
Yes,
the guy who keeps.
yes.
Girl.
Okay, so you're gonna see that. I didn't want to spoil it for you, but that's why I told you yesterday you have 24 hours. You have 24 hours to watch all nine
Anywho, I'm
episodes.
gonna go finish watching it. I'm gonna do an
Yeah,
affirmation card before we get off of here. So let me know when we're at the end.
we're at the end. We're at the end. Oh, we made good time. We're only at an hour.
I know we read at an hour and 6 minutes. All right, you guys, let me try to pull like an affirmation card for us because it's been like a lot. You know, we have two full moons this. Did you know that? Because you was talking about the new moon in Libra, but did you know that we actually had two full moons this month? It's like literally a once in a blue moon type of thing.
Uh, full moons.
Did you know that? So you know about the new
No.
moon, but you don't know about the two full moons in the month of October.
Well, there's a new moon every month, just like the new moon in Virgo was on the 15th of September.
Yeah, but there's two full moons this month. Full moons, not new moons, full.
Hmm.
This says
Full
I am
moon.
passionate. I put my entire
October
heart into the huh?
October 1st, the harvest moon,
And the
and
31st.
then Halloween night. What?
Yeah,
I'm off
girl.
that night. I'm off that night. I'm trying to see what I'm gonna do. Just,
For Halloween, now you maybe have to pull another card because
trying to harvest that energy. Yeah, and it's a blue moon. So we
that's what
standing
I'm saying. Like literally, this month we're gonna be having like a once in a blue moon type of thing. So
alone.
so that's like, yo, this month was heavy. Like when I
It
say heavy,
was. It
girl.
was.
Like,
It
yo, my
was.
uncle passed like the third, and then this girl I know, she was supposed to have her baby. She has twins, and one of her babies died. I'm like, yo. Anyways, I'm gonna go with this. Ooh, boom. It says, I am grateful. I realize that what is right about my life outnumbers what I perceive to be wrong about my life. I choose to focus on what makes me feel good. I am grateful. I'm here talking about, oh yeah, how life is, everybody dying. Like, if you're still alive today, you gotta be grateful for life, for real, because this year
Hmm.
has been crazy, crazy. But we're gonna be alright though. We're gonna be alright.
We gonna be alright.
We gonna be alright. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so that's all we have. We're gonna pick back up. We're gonna Sunday. We're gonna do the We're gonna go live with the season finale of this Lovecraft
And we're
Country.
gonna watch it live. So you have to
Question: Is it like you said Sunday 12 o'clock? Is that tomorrow 12 o'clock or is that Monday morning 12 o'clock? I'm confused.
it comes on 12 a.m. on HBO Max. So that's why I gave you my HBO Max login. So you'll
No,
have
I'm
access.
asking, but when you say 12 a.m. Sunday, because 12 a.m. could be Monday morning. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Saturday night going into Sunday morning, 12
So it's
a.m.
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay, because today is Friday, right? So
Yeah, but
tomorrow night.
I'm gonna be at work. So wait a minute, hold on. Oh wait. So Saturday, God, is today Saturday? No, today's Friday.
Today's
Saturday.
Friday.
So I don't go back to my third shift job until Sunday night, going into Monday morning. So if you want, we can do it at 12 a.m. It'd be extra spooky. Yeah.
Tomorrow. You talking
What?
about extra spooky. You know I don't like scary shit.
Look, you better hurry up and finish those episodes because I'm gonna have to cuss you out tomorrow night, okay?
But listen, it's gonna be tomorrow night then and not Sunday night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, not Sunday night. So
Somebody asked, was it on Netflix? Did you tell them that it's on HBO only?
it's on HBO Max. HBO Max.
Let me
You have to
see.
have it, or if you have cable, it's on HBO on demand. But you can get it early if it's on, um, if you have HBO Max.
I was trying to see if I don't think it's on yeah, it's not on Netflix. So yeah, so that's that.
Yeah.
Anything else before we
So
go?
you have your camera set up, and then you have whatever you watch it on set up also, and then we'll just be watching it live on
Oh,
live stream. And I'm gonna see if we can give out the link, see if anybody else wants to watch it with us, and comment and stuff like that. So yeah.
okay. That sounds good.
So I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and throw a flyer together, be like a Lovecraft Country viewing, season finale viewing, a live viewing or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, I gotta give me a burr. Yes.
A bird. I gotta finish this drink and then go right to sleep. It's the weekend. I'm off. Tomorrow's my baby birthday. Damn, I got mad shit to do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm about to say I'm about to drink this and go to sleep. Like that is a whole lie. I might start baking a cake from tonight because I can't. All right, guys,
But
thank you for tuning in. It was
yes,
nice. These were some
that
decent or
was
good
our
topics for me.
live. Oh, and this live is brought to you by hold on.
Oh, hold on, you guys. Stay
This
tuned.
live is brought to you by, shoot, what the fuck? Bodies of Gods and Goddesses by Chevelle Mills. Body and Self Care, Body of Gods and Goddesses. If you would like to purchase, email Chevelle at support at body of gods and goddesses.com, and you can call her at 917-907 uh 2894. Let me see if I can go ahead and show
Wait, what was the
the
area code for that phone number?
917.
She's a New Yorker.
Yes, Brooklyn. Where
Clearly,
Brooklyn
yeah. Because I'm
at?
like, yeah, I'm 347, but 917 is in New York. Make sure you can go back and edit the video and add her information, like so that this way is there.
Yeah, it's on the live. I put it on the live,
Okay, I didn't see
on the
it, but
topics and
cool.
stuff like that. So yeah.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Oh Lord, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, so
Okay,
if you want body butters and hair oils, oh, she has an edge oil also. An edge cream? All that good stuff.
really?
Yes, and
Yes.
that's to tell you the truth,
Oh, I see. I see the information.
that's partly why I slept
Bodies
late.
of Gods and Goddesses,
Yes,
LLC.
yes.
Okay, okay.
That's partly why I slept late last night getting into work, because after I got out that hot steamy shower, after cleansing everything, I put on her body oil and that body butter, went straight to sleep and didn't wake up until right before 12,
Yeah,
right
you had
before
some
going
lucid
into
ass
bed.
dreams, huh?
Girl, no, actually, I went into a deep sleep. I don't know what the hell,
That
but
was like me when I missed my flight, yo.
I wasn't worried. I just woke up like, oh, let me just call them, let them know I'm gonna be at work late. But that was the it was when you get home and you have to take a shower and just cleanse and then you lotion up with some, some special shit, and then you lay down and go to sleep, and then you have the best fucking sleep. That's what her shit did. So yeah.
I hear you. Like for me, it just be me working like and running around like I'm an energizer bunny, and the next thing you know, when I go to sleep, I like I literally crash because I woke up and like my cousin called me 7 times. Flight was at 6 in the morning. I woke up at 5:30.
Oh
I
wow.
crashed. I when I crash, I crash. Other than that, I'm a really light sleeper. Really light sleeper. Anywho, let's wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, y'all be blessed, stay black, and fuck the police.